Hey everybody, Tim here with today's Star Wars review. It's going to be part 2 of the Droids animated series. So this chapter is formally known as Pirates and the Prince. It's okay. I felt like it was a step down from the last chapter. So this is episodes, let's see, we got The Lost Prince, The New King, Pirates of Tarnuga, Revenge of Kybo Ren, and Kobe and the Star Hunters. So the overall plot is kind of interesting. Basically, it boils down to them finding this guy who is, it turns out he has amnesia, they give it back, and it turns out he's a king, and then just kind of going through the different adventures with that. The first episode kind of had some interesting shout-outs to stuff later on, where at first, when C-3PO and R2-D2 are looking for a new master, they go into a diner, and the chef has 4 arms, which is clearly, like, later on when they do Attack of the Clones, something sparked in the back of George Lucas's mind, because it almost looks like a human version of Dax, or Dex, whatever his name is. So I thought that was kind of interesting. IG-88 makes an appearance in this. So their new master is Jan Tosh. And so he buys the androids, and then he buys a third android, which turns out to actually be the prince because he has like no memory and stuff. We do see a reference to Jabba the Hutt's band, and then when we find out that Mon Jabba is the prince, that's where it kind of starts to change. Whereas the next episode is trying to get them to reinstate him to being like king of the planet again. Some interesting stuff. The third episode kind of took a little bit of a step back. We see a lot of droids swimming and then like doing the missiles backwards so it shoots and then comes back. Probably my favorite scene is there's a character named Jessica who has a very short haircut, and at one point like C-3PO is trying to wake her up and the person rolls over and it turns out to be a guy. And I was like, wow, 1985, like that seemed really kind of advanced. I really liked it. One of the main villains for this chapter is Kybo Ren, not Kylo, but Kybo Ren. And again, like Knights of Ren, anything, who knows where this came from. But he's basically just a pirate. And like that whole, obviously the episode Revenge of Kybo Ren is him trying to like regain his power. And then the last episode felt a little tacked on, where it's just all about Jan Tosh, their new master, trying to go to the academy. But Kobe, which is like this little kid, and he's just a brat. Like, I hated this kid so much. It just keeps getting into mischief. And basically C-3PO and R2-D2 have to just keep getting him out of it because his cat ran away and then he's going to cry about it. Well, you should have listened to us. And it just kept going and going. So overall, I thought it was interesting. I still like how it's like just one continuous story, which is unusual, especially for cartoons of the 80s. Like usually they're all broken up. It's very episodic. Like the sister series to this, Ewoks, very broken up. And then even then, when we get to season 2, like they're broken up. Those episodes are broken in half. So like the fact that we have 5 episodes with one continuous story. And then when we get to the end, once again, like Jan has to go to academy, so he can't bring the droids with him. So they're like, it's okay, we'll find a new master. And so they go off again. So it's just really interesting how like the end of each chapter is them like, don't worry, we'll take care of ourselves. You go do you. And overall, I do think it was interesting, but I did like the first chapter more. So for those, if anybody's even seen these episodes, what did you guys think? What do you think about all of the little references? Like I said, the chef with 4 arms, Jabba's band showing up, stuff like that. Go ahead, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time for the third and final part of the Droids.